All right, we are live. Welcome back to the Collector's Pack, episode 7. How's everyone going?
Where's Andrew?
Good.
Where's Andrew gone?
Andrew, where are you?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There.
This isn't the 1820s.
You got lost again, Andrew.
You've managed to steer the TARDIS into the right time and the right. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm pretty skilled with it. Yeah. There you go, guys.
Doing good, mate. How about you? You well?
Yeah, excellent.
That's good.
That's good to hear.
Way to make an entrance, buddy.
All right. So we'll go around the rounds. How was your week, Scott?
Mate, I had a great weekend.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of visiting Matt and meeting Leanne and checking out Matt's collection room for the first time, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
And yeah, Matt and I had a great Saturday. We filmed a couple of videos. We did a bit of planning for our Melbourne trip, which I'm stoked about. And I don't know, we might touch on that a little bit during this stream. But mate, good weekend on my part, just because I got to hang out with my mate here, and we had a good day. That's the main news for me.
Awesome. How about yourself, Matt? I guess.
Well, similar to Scotty, I had this this dude come over and hang out with me, and it was a great time. And Pizza Hut wasn't what we remember, but we still enjoyed.
It was an experience.
Each other's company.
It's an experience, right? Yeah,
that's it.
That's right.
That's it.
And that was the first time. That was the first time you'd checked out Matt's collection, wasn't it, Scott?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I was loving it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks, Scott.
so I filmed a bit of a collection room tour of Matt's room, so that'll be coming soon to the channel. Hey, Monique.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing it in the flesh for the first time was just awesome. So I had a ball. But look, a similar experience to Andrew's collection room. I just couldn't believe how quick the day went. You know what I mean? Like I'd been there for a couple of hours already, and all we'd done is had a cup of tea and done a lap of the collection room. You know what I mean? So it's such a minute the way it goes.
The hours go so quick.
When you get Leanne with Scott, it was.
Matt couldn't get a word in.
No, it was good. It was just something different other than toys, actually, wasn't it? It was good.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Now, how about yourself, Andrew? Were you just flying in the TARDIS?
Yeah, well, I didn't do much on the weekend because I didn't get invited. So,
okay.
Well,
actually, we're taking your job, Andrew.
We did, but he couldn't steer his TARDIS. So,
only joking. I didn't do much this weekend or this week, really. But have been to the shops hunting around for a few things, so I have got a few things I can show. And I haven't been buying anything off eBay or anything like that lately, so I'm saving up for when we get down to Melbourne.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
How about you, Ryan? You had an awesome weekend?
Yes, I had a pretty awesome weekend. I've been setting up a week for the Collecticon Toy Fair, which was yesterday. Collector's Own Toy Fair, I should say. Collecticon was in Sydney. So, it was awesome. Got to host my first store in about 5 years. And my mate Dave, who's a big Turtle fan as well, came along. And, we just had an awesome time getting to know people and, sell lots of vintage toys and turtles. It was great.
That's awesome, mate. It looked like you had a great table set up. It looked like we were chatting about before we went live. It looked like an awesome setup, and by the sounds of it, it was, it was drawing in the crowds.
It was, it was the center of attention. Not to be, it was pretty cool.
So much so that you didn't really have time for too much of a toy hunt yourself.
No, I couldn't really find much. I didn't have time to kind of look around and film, but not this time. But that was still awesome.
Oh, it's good, mate. Glad you had a good day.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, so I think we've got something else to announce, don't we, Scott? Yeah, some
some special guests that are joining
maybe
us.
Some special guests or something coming on.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I believe they're waiting in the green room.
Yeah.
So we'll get them on.
Should we just get them on now?
Yeah, let's get them on. While you're getting them in, I'll give the bit of an introduction to them, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's bring them on in. So we've got Dean and Sarah joining us tonight, which is exciting.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Hello.
How are you going?
Welcome.
Very well.
We're doing good. How are you?
We're good.
Yeah, nervous, but
yeah, a bit nervous.
pumped.
Don't be nervous. It's all good.
That's all right.
Safety in numbers.
Yeah, well, that's it. There's 6 of us on the stream, so safety in numbers. But I guess just to give these guys the intro, you can find them on Instagram at Totally Taylor Retro Hunters. I've known Dean for a little while now, just through the Sydney kind of toy fair circuit. Dean's a great bloke. It's always great hanging out with Dean and kind of crossing paths with Dean at toy fairs. Helps that he collects a lot of the same sort of stuff I do. So there's plenty of, there's always something to talk about.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm always, that's it. Yeah. And
I don't think that would be helpful.
What's that?
I don't think that would be helpful collecting the same things. He's after the same things you are.
Well, that's it. Well, it's helpful in terms of forging a friendship. It's not always helpful in terms of, I've got someone out there trying to scoop up the same stuff I am, but that's all right. It's all good fun. And then at the most recent show, we had the pleasure of meeting Sarah as well. So it was really nice to meet Sarah. And we've got a proper collecting duo there. It doesn't sound like it's a solo pursuit in the Taylor household.
No, I think it's a family thing. I think it comes with the name. You all know Dean's dad as well.
That's right.
The OG. He's
That's it.
Taylor. So I think it's the name.
Definitely.
So it's a multi-generational family affair, which is just
and
awesome.
then we started with the little one. Now Dean just buys things. He's like, that's for the baby. That's for the baby.
There you go.
For the baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing that I was wondering, about you guys. So, were you both, Dean, were you collecting vintage toys, before Sarah came along, or is it kind of something that you've delved into together, or were you doing it, earlier on, or how did it all start for you guys as collectors?
For me, I guess collecting started when I was born.
Same.
As Sarah said, my dad. I have 2 brothers, so my dad would buy us a lot of toys. I don't know how he got the time to buy it, but my elder brother, he was into the vintage Star Wars line, so he got a lot of that stuff. I was an 80s into 90s kid, so I had the TMNT, Street Sharks was my sort of thing, and my younger brother had Action Man and Lego and a lot of that. So we all had our own lines in the house, so we all knew whose was what when we were playing with it. Collecting really hard when I was a young teen, nearly into my 20s. Then I don't know about you guys, but there was that little break from 20s to 30s where you just go out and experience life as a whole. But the great thing is my dad put it all in a box, or many boxes, and packed them away until until I was about 32. I got back into it again, and my dad went, "Well, do you want all the stuff packed in the shed?" And I'm like, "Bring it over. Bring it all over. Let's go through it."
That's so good.
Man.
It's like a household gift to here are your tubs back.
It was. I now have a spare.
That's so good. Cool. The experience of digging through all of those tubs just must have been something special. Hey,
well, TMNT alone took me and my father more than a day just to sort and figure out what went with what and who was what. He kept all the cards too, so obviously as a kid,
that's amazing.
My wife played with them. But yeah, Dad just slowly packed everything away, and even if we went to throw it out, he's like, "No, I'll just hold it. I'll just put it over here. You never know."
There's lots of cards in plastic sleeves, and I remember Dean looking through them, and I'm like, "Why did you keep the cards for?" I'm like, "Just get rid of them." No, you keep the cards that's all those cards.
Yeah.
Stan is very, very organized, and so these tubs would just appear. Everything would be Ziploc bagged up, kind of perfect condition. And Dean's like, I played with that when I was a kid, and I'm like, that toy's older than me, and I think it's in better condition than some of the stuff we see now. Like, it's crazy.
But I guess for collecting, Sarah and I have been together now 10 years. So yeah, she didn't really know this world that I knew, and while she loves her vintage Disney, and I'll let her talk about.
Yeah,
I really showed her a lot, and then sort of showed her the Collecticons, the Supernovas, Oz Comic Cons, and that sort of thing. So
yeah,
she's still here, so I guess she liked it.
Obviously something.
That's so cool.
Like,
it's a whole new world.
Oh my God. And you just like, I won't say you get sucked into it, but it's just like, it's a community. And I think that's the big thing I liked. Like, I've always loved Disney, like my entire life. I'm a child of the 90s. So like grew up watching the channel and stuff. And then, when I met Dean and he's like, okay, so, you know, we go to conventions, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'd always loved, like, you know, I love Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, but just going to those, like, I think I went to my first Supernova with you. We went to Adelaide, Melbourne. We went to some of the more, I guess, particular conventions. We've been to a couple specific Star Trek ones. And if you've ever been in a room with like 200 Star Trek fans, like, and I was like, cool, this is like, like, it's great. Then we went to the Stargate ones, and, you know, then we bought a house and transformed
and filled it up.
Build it up, and now we could probably have a bigger house.
Now we need a new house.
You need to build a house just around your collection, really, now.
Yeah.
You have the collection room, and then the house is the outskirts.
The collection house. It just kind of spreads. I think that's the thing. Like, there's obviously the room and the games, and like what you see is a really nice clean bit. There's a lot. My office is like, so Dean got the room, Dean got the man cave, and I got I turned our office into, I always wanted like a big Beauty and the Beast style wall to ceiling bookcase. So I kind of got that. That was the trade-off.
Oh, that is awesome.
My collection is part of the house.
That's awesome.
It just
so the collectibles aren't just limited to the one room. It's like they're kind of creeping out into the rest of the home, and
it's everywhere. We've just hung a whole stack of artwork up this weekend, like down the hallway, the Harry Potter artwork. In Bub's room, we've got Star Wars.
Yeah, one of the stars.
That's cool.
It's just part of our lives. Like, I mean, we got married, and there was Klingon in our wedding ceremony. So if that doesn't say anything.
I think you guys posted something on your Instagram about like your wedding invites were like a con.
Like
keep it on a lanyard type deal. Which is awesome.
So we had the tables named different themed places from different locations.
So for you guys, it's obviously a big part. It's not just something that kind of like you do within the comfort of your own home and don't necessarily kind of wear the fandom and the kind of collector behind closed doors, but you wear it on your sleeve. It's very much part of your life.
We fly the flag of collecting and what we watch, and like everyone kind of knows that about us.
It's become so popular. Like as a teenager, it wasn't popular to collect and keep all these toys past your childhood, but this day and age, it's so popular in any age bracket. So
that's it.
You don't really have to pretend or anything. You just say, "Hey, I collect all this stuff."
Yeah.
So have you got your siblings' toys, or do you had to give them back to them when they came over?
No, I think we've got some. We've got some on display, like
Castle Grayskull's not mine.
It's renting a spot. In the
room. No, I guess because like my nostalgic was for the toys that I had, and then a little bit of Star Wars vintage that I've collected myself over the years. But no, my older brother packed all his away and said they're mine. I never played with Lego. I just couldn't get into Lego. It was just too many bits, too much going on. Same with Action Man. I think that was like my dad and my younger brother sort of bonding. My father would collect the old GI Joes back in the day when he was younger.
So do either of your brothers collect and kind of display their collections nowadays, or not to the same extent you do, Dean?
No, not at all. And I know Dad's watching. He'd be saying it's all still here because they won't take it, let it go, because he knows they'll just probably sell it. But yeah, no, they didn't really get into the collecting spirit as much as I did.
They definitely love like the pop, like the shows. Like they both love, I think, Stargate, Star Wars. Like Dean's younger brother has been to like heaps of the conventions with him, so they're into that part of it. I think a lot of it's room though. Like we're really lucky. This has never had a car in it, but we're lucky we've got the space.
Maybe your brothers sound a bit like mine, Dean. Like they love to remember the days where we used to sit there and play with all our toys. But I'm the one that's carried it on. I've got them all on display, and they're happy to come over and check it out and remember those days and remember those toys. But it's my thing. We don't have the room or the focus to do this.
When I got back into it, a few things of my brothers. I said, "Do you still have that?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, give it to me. I'll buy it off you, just to keep it and make sure that it survived." But,
it's awesome.
That's awesome.
So, what's the bulk of your collection? Is there a certain?
Why I collect toys, I also collect video games. So I'd say
cool.
massive bulk of my collection would be my original Xbox and Xbox 360 collection. So, just quickly on the video games, about 1,400 in my collection right now.
Wow.
There, and I still don't know what to play.
Any specific console or just one?
Yeah, the 360, Xbox 360, the Xbox original. But I branched all the way down to the Sega Mega Drive. So that was my first console into the Super Nintendo.
What did you have as a kid? What did you guys have as kids?
Sega Master System.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You didn't go back as far as Atari.
No.
Not that old, hey, Dean.
Not that old. Toy line. My biggest would be TMNT. So I don't know if you can see the case over that way. But that's probably only a quarter of the figures. So for the first 4 waves, I've only got 4 left to collect. Got a good chunk of the wave 5,
great.
And then as you know, Scott especially and Ryan, those last ones get really hard and expensive.
Oh, they certainly do. So what do you know off the top of your head? Those 4 figures that you need?
Oh God,
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
I think it's Talking Don.
Okay.
No, you put me on the spot.
No, that's all right. I think you've given me a list. I'll keep an eye out for them as always anyway, mate. So
I'd love to get the Talking Turtle figures. That's kind of on my list as well.
I'd love to get the little rip cord.
Rip cords, yeah.
I actually hear what they say, if they still work. But yeah. So
I don't think they work particularly well these days.
No, it'd be stuff.
We've got a few people in the chat. We got Mark. Mark Shabby Geek in the chat.
Hey.
Hey, Mark.
Shabby.
Hey, how you going, Shabs?
Tuning in, mate.
I put a thumbnail up and for Keep On Collecting, and there's a link to this link to the video. So it's obviously I haven't made it clear enough, and there's a few people on that. Waiting to come in, waiting for me to start.
Oh, yeah. I saw Shabby saying we're at Keep On Collecting waiting.
I'm such a noob.
That's all right. That's all right.
I guess because we're all hosts, we're still learning the wheels, getting it all sorted, but I think we're doing a pretty good job so far.
We're
getting there.
Yeah.
We are getting there. Sarah, did you, as a girl, did you collect anything? Like, what did you play with?
I remember so something I'm looking for now, and I haven't done it because I've only seen them in the US on eBay, and I just can't pay the amount, is Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Oh,
And there's one very particular one, and it was the one I had when I was a kid. So I'm definitely, if that ever pops up, I'm going to be like elbowing people out of the way.
Very attached to that. Yeah.
Oh, it's just the memories of it. Like, and it was a really, to be honest, it was a really ugly Cabbage Patch. Like, it was hard plastic. Like, it was this really obscure one.
I guess.
Yeah, I remember Barbie, and so one of the, like, I collect mostly Disney, kind of older Disney stuff, but it's very sporadic collecting. It's books, records, it's games, it's toys, so all of that kind of stuff. And as I've always loved Disney. I've been to a couple of the Disneylands.
That's cool.
Documentaries, like that's a really big part of like my childhood. I've just always loved it. Like I'm a big kid. And I just love all like the really vintage, I call it like Australiana stuff, you know, like Wonderland merchandise. If you lived in Western in the 90s, you remember Wonderland, Hut cups. Like I feel like Dean just rolls his eyes and he's like, you don't need more cups. That kind of stuff. Like I remember going, you know, or you can eat Pizza Hut and you got your mug and the Land Before Time figurines, all that kind of stuff is what I love collecting.
Or like awesome. I mean, I have trouble walking past at toy fairs or like thrift op shops, like all that sort of stuff, Sarah, as well. Like for me, obviously, it's about the action figures, but it's all the other stuff that help. What I'm trying to do in this room is just to create like that feeling. You know what I mean? Just I like the idea of having like a curated vintage action figure museum style setup, but it's also all the other stuff, the fast food promotional toys and you know, the movie merchandise and just all those other bits and pieces to just help create that feeling of that just transports you. So
it just reminds me of those times, like Happy Meal toys. Like my mum will, like she kept, so it's in our shed and I need to bust it out. It's just a box of Happy Meal toys. And I remember saying like years ago, Mum, just throw them out. No one's ever going to want Happy Meal toys. Now I'm like, Mum, did you keep the Happy Meal toys?
Yeah. Where is it?
We got to bust them out. Like that's like Disney Adventure magazines. Because I remember being in the supermarket with Disney Adventure magazines. Like I know it's just weird stuff that fills up our house, but I love the memories of it. It's like, you know, when you get bubble gum and the smell of the bubble gum just takes you back. Like I love
absolutely,
that.
Mike.
Hey, use your mic.
Hey, Mike.
There you go on.
Well, look, it's awesome that you guys have one another and you both have that collecting bug in some extent in some way, shape, or form. You appreciate a lot of the same stuff, but you got your own things, your own kind of focuses of your collection. So, you know, we're not having to hide those eBay arrivals to, you know, or anything like that. So that's awesome.
It's good to have support.
Maybe Dean's keeping the secret. Eh? No.
No, I do occasionally get a photo where there'll just be a stack of stuff. It's like,
the
really?
postman comes. He's like, these are all for Dean Taylor, and I'm like, are they now? He knows this. We're what does he call us? High frequency.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope I'm not getting you in trouble here, Dean.
No. That was during. That was all right.
It's a very eclectic collection, though, Dean. Like you've been posting a little bit, like DSV figures, like there's some Star Trek and there's Motu. Are these lines that you had when you were younger, like, or they're just something that you look at now and just go, oh, if I was a kid, I would have got that?
No, Sequest was one that I watched. I tried to watch it as an adult.
I watched Sequest when it came out. Yeah,
which was great in my memory. And then I watched it as an adult, and I was just like, okay, I don't know if I can do this.
Great,
can't do it. Yeah.
So, He-Man, the movie, bit of the cartoons when I was younger, that Saturday morning sort of time. My older brother had a lot more He-Man than I did, so it's a cool line. The figures are awesome. So just started picking them up. So what you see on the shelf there, I haven't done photos of them yet, but they only just came in the mail last week. So there's another group of them.
And Stargate.
Stargate, my younger brother loves Stargate, and he kept saying, "Watch Stargate, watch Stargate," and I was like, nah. So and then I sat down one time. I think I was unwell at the time and just started watching it. And I think I did 6 seasons, like that.
Wow.
Boom, gone, and I was hooked.
No, you were sucked right in.
So you will see a whole bunch of Stargate figures coming out as well. They're still in box and everything. So they were the ones I got from my younger brother when he didn't want them anymore. So
that's great.
And Stargate became like top 5 for me in TV shows and that. And I went around, as Sarah was saying, we went to Melbourne, we went to Adelaide, and that was primarily chasing the meet and greet at Supernova and that. So
who have you met?
Every cast member you can
really?
think Stargate, the Stargate Atlantis I've met.
Wow.
So
I think we've met most. I have to admit, like, there's been a few at the beginning. I was kind of going with Dean. The one thing you'll know about Dean is that he's not shy. So, like, if you're meeting celebrities, and like, I'd be like, "Oh my god, that's like Jason."
Yeah.
Running, like, going up to him. Dean has these full-on conversations. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
We've met some really cool people, and because we've gone to this kind of smaller, we went to, was it Beyond the Gate? Was the small Stargate one? It was at like Sydney Uni, so it was 5 or 6 of them, all from Stargate. So it was quite a bit of a more like intimate one. Like they're just really good fun.
Yeah, that was great. We got engaged in Melbourne one year that we were going to see David Boreanaz out of Buffy and Angel. So
cool.
So met him, and they were pushing people through, and they were saying, "No talking, just get your photo, go."
Don't touch him.
And he walked in, he goes, "Hey guys, what's new?" I said, "I got engaged last night." So he was like, "Oh, show us the ring." Yeah, it was a really cool photo.
So cool.
We will put that up.
Yeah.
We're going to get into a bit of that as well.
I think we did that photo as like a Comic-Con. Like, but Dean's got no shame, because I think he takes the approach of like, I'll probably never meet them again, just go for it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's only talking.
They probably get so many people just going, "Oh, I love you as this I love you," and just I think sometimes when there's just a natural person just talking to them, say even just about football, I found, they will just like, "Oh yeah," because I noticed Christopher Judge had a LA Raiders cap on, and I said to him, I said, how's your team going this year? "Oh, they're not going that good," because he just looked bored, and he just started talking about the Raiders. So I think they appreciate it.
That when they just have real conversations that aren't just quickly sign. Like, we've met some really cool, like Dean's met like Shatner and Richard Dean Anderson, like some really cool.
Yeah, we met Richard.
Yeah, very cool.
So nice.
I've met Richard before. Came into my store actually when I was working.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
I spent like an hour with him.
Hasn't met MacGyver.
Come on.
It's pretty cool.
You're the only one.
Oh,
what are you doing, Scott?
I'll try and fix that.
It's really cool. We were just talking about normal stuff, and he was really, really cool guy,
Yeah, they like it's cool when you see them and they're just like in the wild. Like when we went to Adelaide, we got on a tram and like went out to the beach in Adelaide, Glenelg.
Glenelg, yeah.
And we're like sitting there and we're like, that's Hercules. That was I can't think of his name in real life.
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
Just on the tram going out to Glenelg.
Oh, bloody hell, man. That's so lucky.
Like
that Hercules show, I adored that show, and I thought if I could just have a coffee with one dude, some star, it was going to be Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, nice.
And now you're telling me this story. I'm really jealous.
We didn't approach him. It was very much like a don't look creepy, like try and see if it's him. But we met him, he's really lovely.
We flew into Adelaide with Jason Momoa on our plane. We didn't even know that until we landed. So, we just saw this giant guy stand up. We're like, oh,
but that was like before Game of Thrones and everything. It was when he was like, what was he here for? Stargate,
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. Because he was in Atlantis, wasn't
he? Yeah.
That's right. I remember that now.
Gaz says he marked out meeting Jonathan Franks a few weeks ago.
That's
cool. That would have been cool.
He's eluded me as well.
He's my favorite.
Yeah.
I feel like I just have to be like, can we stand behind the table and both put our legs on a chair? You know how Riker always has his leg up? I have to
yeah, that's it.
So we did it. Drinks break.
So Dean, with the lines that you collect, so are you collecting any lines at the moment or going real deep into any lines at the moment that neither you nor your brothers had as a kid, that you weren't really into as a kid or even aware of as a kid, that you now just kind of appreciate as a collector and you're going all in on, like, you're going in on it, or it's limited to shows you watched as a kid that you like, or stuff that you and your brothers had?
I'd have to say Street Sharks, because I didn't watch the cartoon when I was young, which is crazy. I don't know. Somehow I just never sat around and watched it.
Yeah.
And I started picking them up 10, 15 years ago, just one every now and then when I saw them. And then I went back really hard into them probably 6, 7 years ago. And I have to say, in the last 2 years, they're just like extinct. Like,
I know.
So, sitting at about 30 in the collection. None in
really.
But at 30,
wow.
I mean, I don't know. I've got some sharks. Are you getting close to all the way there? Because I didn't think it was like Turtles, where it went for that many years,
No, that's including 4 Extreme Dinosaurs. They're just the main good guys from Extreme Dinosaurs. But I'm still missing 5. But yeah, they did variants of them. So,
they did some cool vehicles and stuff as well.
Yeah. We've only got the Mecha Shark and the Ripster on the bike and Slobster on his bike. Again, a lot of those vehicles I had in hand over the years and just put them back on. I'll get it later.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, I think the last one of the most expensive is Ripster. It's like a Moon Knight figure, and he's on eBay for $600. So
wow.
There's always one in every line, as most of you know, that just blows out.
Yeah,
always makes it hard. For collecting something that's really difficult for me is Captain Power, or Visionaries in Australia.
Yeah, Visionaries.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the Captain Power line, but that was that figure you showed us at the fair a few weeks ago. Hey, that like back metal gold.
That was actually Captain Power. So he's from Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. So
gotcha.
I guess you could say a B-rated sci-fi TV show of the 90s.
Yeah.
Watching it now, you're like, wow, cool graphics for the time, but hasn't aged well. So yeah, I was pretty happy to find him just in like a $2 bin, and I just bundled him up with a bunch of figures and went, how much for this? And it was $20. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So Phil's asking, what are those on the wall, comics or carded figures, Dean?
They're the carded Turtles, but they're all the new ones. So those new release lines. So they are for the little one to rip open and enjoy when he's old enough. I only have one.
No.
The videos I've watched, they talk about the quality of those figures when they open them. There's nothing compared to the original. So
no, they're not too bad, those Nickelodeon ones. They're like Playmates. So really, they're not bad figures.
Well, I haven't opened any of them, so I can't really comment. But I only own one vintage April O'Neil. So, not that much into the field stuff, except for something you guys I haven't heard you really talk about was Star Trek. So I went hard into collecting on card Star Trek Voice Generations, and I think that's when I started noticing, okay, I can't store this stuff because I had
there's too much
tubs of figures I couldn't touch.
Did you get the ships theme?
I do have a few ships.
Yeah. I've got a few over there myself, and I just sometimes look at the prices. That blows me away. Some of the ships like Voyager, and Defiant.
So I only need three Voyager, and that completes that set. I had to actually get Janeway from the States. It was the only way to get her. I just, for years, never found her pop up on eBay locally.
Can you speak Klingon? Like, have you got any? Can you remember any Klingon?
To be clear, we didn't know there was going to be Klingon.
We didn't ask for the Klingon. It was a surprise.
Our celebrant is a good friend of us, so she she put that in.
Shame. That would have been. If you're going to learn another language, you got to learn the swear words. So that would have been really good, like kaplat or something like that. Sorry, I just go off another tangent every now and then.
That's what it's all about, Matt.
Are those turtles? Are they? You've got so many of them. Like, are they complete, all of them, or you still?
I'd say 80% of my childhood ones are complete.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of the ones these days, no. And I just haven't had time to sort of like log down exactly what accessory I'm looking for when I'm going to cons.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch spare, but no, I'm more just going for the figure at this stage, and then the weapons one day.
I can't believe so many of your childhood toys are complete. I mean, I lost my accessories like it was a job. Like the few childhood figures I have left, none of them are complete. You know what I mean? It was like when the card back went in the bin, the small parts went in the bin too.
Yeah.
I think
it's your dad.
Yeah, I think it was Dad. I remember Dad many times chasing my mum around before she emptied the vacuum to make sure I hadn't sucked up any
accessories or hands or
at
least
you could just
good on him.
Sprawled everywhere. But the car's mine, the party wagon, so I didn't even clean it, so still dirt and dust and all that crap.
And the 90s, yeah.
Just let it be.
Yeah.
You've probably learned so much, Sarah. Like, I know my other half, she like goes, I would never have thought to know what mint on card means, 10 years ago. And I'm like, well, there you go. Aren't us nerds cool?
Yeah.
It's given us like something to do though. Like, we started the channel like in the last couple months. Like, we've only kind of just started up because I'm on maternity leave at the moment. And Dad would come home from the conventions and Dean would lay out like one thing out of his bag at a time and show me what he bought at the conventions, and then something else would come out and I'd get the whole story, and I'm like, you're sharing this with me, why aren't we sharing it with other people? Like, you've got a really cool collection. And it's given us
very cool
to do, like, to talk about that isn't the baby and isn't work and isn't the coach and all those things. It's given us something really nice to do, and
different.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, hunting was our big thing, so we enjoyed looking for things at the thrift shops, op shops, and things like that. So, doing that now, we both know what we're both looking for, and we go in and we just split up.
So, like, how like when you guys go to Collecticon and Dean just like darts off and leaves you, that's what he does with the minis.
We used to with Andrew.
Like Andrew. So where Andrew gone? He's artist.
He's gone.
Yeah, Dean was like rifling through tubs, and he knows where to look for the good stuff. And like we have
and look, from the time I've known Dean, he has a knack of finding like the goods in like the $2 bins and stuff like that. I mean, there's been a couple of absolute scores that I've seen him pick up in, just in the cheap tubs on the ground. So
like he
gets the job done.
That's it.
Like some of the stuff, like one time him and his dad went thrifting for the day, and I stayed home, and he comes home with, I don't know if you guys have seen, you will explain it better than I can, the Xboxes that they bought out, like Star Wars Xboxes.
Oh yeah.
Just picked it up, cash converters, like I'm like,
that's amazing
to bring home. He knows where the good stuff is.
But I haven't got my Holy Grail yet, and Ryan knows
what is that.
That's a Technodrome.
You just spoke to Ryan on the weekend. Didn't Ryan have one for sale?
I did. I just, That's on maternity leave, so I gotta,
Oh yeah. Well.
Well, wait.
Ryan. It should have been a lay-by, a pay away.
Well,
after pay.
That's true.
Yeah. No, I'm still trying to track down the Android, the Krang and the Android body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's grails.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I didn't realize how sought after that was. The Krang with the Android body. As a kid, I didn't find it that interesting to play with. Like, articulation wasn't great. So I really didn't do much with it. And I know when I posted it on Instagram, a lot of people said that the aerial was still in place. And I was like, what aerial? What are they talking about? That's why. It just didn't get played with that much. So it stayed pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, well, like those like the larger scale Android bodies, you don't see them very often for starters, and when you do, on the few occasions that you see them, they're never in great condition. I mean, if it's not the antenna fork snapped off, it's all the decals missing, or if it's not that, it's the actual like the glass or the perspex, cover missing, or it's the wrong Krang. Like there's so many things with it that could either be
all
wrong
the stickers are off. Yeah.
So I'm jealous of yours, Dean. It's awesome, man.
We all are.
Hang on to that.
Just be careful if he comes over and films. Just keep an eye on you, AD.
Check my pockets on the way out.
Oh, what's that?
Is that an Android in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, did you think there will be a Sarah and Dean YouTube channel in the future?
That's a good question.
Yeah, come on, guys. I reckon you could do it.
I think that's the overall plan, was to
it's the next step.
Build the confidence on Instagram and then start doing, what are they called? Reels.
Reels, yeah.
Sarah does the social bit. I just supply the goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I think we'll get there.
Like it seems like there's audience for it. Like it seems like they're connected, even like with some of the flippers and stuff. Like watching their channels, there's definitely a lot of people out there doing it. Like it's great.
Yeah, for sure. But Instagram is like a really good platform for it though, because you can just post your photos, you can do your stories, or you can do reels, or you can do longer videos as well. Yeah. So it's I like using Instagram because like I enjoy making videos for YouTube the most because I can just kind of have a chinwag, but like it takes so long to try and put something together, you know what I mean? Whereas Instagram, you can just take some photos and get some stuff out quick and share your finds from the flea market or the cons. So yeah,
Instagram's good because Andrew can actually do it as well. He's technologically just disabled.
Technologically challenged.
Andrew's doing it. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
I was pleased to see you make your debut on Instagram, Andrew.
Yeah, well, I actually enjoy. Like, I went up the mats the other weekend, and we did a lot of photos using his real scale wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. And try and look up one of them. We're like, I'll get one of those. Bloody hell, the cost is just incredible. To try and get how much, Matt? $200 or $300 for a
$300 these days.
Really?
Like these real scale wrestling rings.
Wow.
What was that thing?
Just incredible the prices for the wrestling ring. Yeah, but really, like we set up different things like different verses, Superman fighting a wrestler and all that sort of thing. And
cool.
Yeah, I've got when I get a chance, I'll have to post a couple of more.
Do it. That sounds like me playing with the Hasbro WWF figures as a kid. Even the non-wrestlers got involved in the play with the Hasbros.
Yeah. I mean, the wrestlers that Matt's got, because this huge. You couldn't even lift the tub. I mean, it was that heavy with the plastic, and
Mattel and Jack's ones, yeah.
But you can really get some good expressions on the faces, when you take the photos. So We haven't put the one up there with the two wrestlers, and they look like they've lost their wrestling mate to the big
spider from Harry Potter.
The big spider from Harry Potter.
Wow.
I'll put it up tomorrow.
Yeah, put it up tomorrow. Yeah.
You can have some fun with it, can't you? With all the toy photography and I think I've seen one of Dean and Sarah's. I don't know who there was a reel. It was a while back, but you had a glass. It was a Jurassic Park one, and the glass was vibrating with water. And then the T-Rex is looking through the bush, and then there's the car, and the T-Rex is chasing it. So that was inventive.
With like fishing line, Dean's like, get this angle.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Director Dean.
Doing.
No, that was good.
Yeah, I think it was one of our first. It only took like 10 minutes. Just
like when Dean lets you touch the toys, you make a big deal out of touching the toys.
Make the most of it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
He will tell you that I break things. I don't break things. Might have broken a couple things, but nothing really valuable.
Yeah.
And that actually, you're a very wise man, Dean. You just forget it now. Yeah, just don't mention it.
Right. So, Dean, you mentioned that the main Grail piece of the Technodrome is still on the wish list. Have you had any like crazy kind of Grail finds or anything like that at the op shops? Because I know you guys do a bit of like thrift store op shop hunting. I don't know about you guys. All of my local ones there's nothing.
Yeah, not for toys anymore. Not really finding much out there. I'm still pretty good with video games, so you do pick up some good games for cheap that are worth a lot of money. So
the Xbox 360 games, or like cartridge, like retro, like cartridge games, or no
cartridges more. Just talking disc-based games.
Yeah.
So, just select games are worth a little bit more. So if you see them, you can pick them up. I guess other things. We got a Game Boy, an original Game Boy.
Oh yeah.
That was only
from like a Vinnie's or something.
Yeah, that was at a Vinnie's, $5. So,
shit, that's all right.
Got that one. But no, toys. Board games are pretty good if you're into board games. So
cool, like VHS. We just got the other day the 3 Indiana Jones on the old VHS. So
nice
stuff like that you still see out there. But to be honest, we went out shopping last weekend, just to a couple ones, and they weren't what they usually were. Like, so whether there's stuff just not being turned over. Yeah, it's hit and miss. And then we have days where we come home, we're like, oh my God, we bought so much stuff.
You just
got impressed with Fireball Island.
Oh, yeah.
You got Fireball Island, and I've seen that, and I thought, that would be really cool to play.
Yeah. That one is missing a couple of parts, and that's the risk you do take. So,
yeah, that's a cool one.
Someone said Heroes Quest.
Phil. That's Phil.
That's another.
I think Matt's got.
That's another one sitting at Dad's house.
Hero Quest.
That was fun to play. I do remember that one.
That was excellent.
Yeah, we just picked up in an auction, like a Facebook auction, Nightmare.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So we'll have to get some friends to invite them over to play Nightmare.
I just want to see if is it as scary or is it just corny? Is it? Yeah.
I definitely remember playing Nightmare as a kid, like in primary school at like a sleepover party with a bunch of mates, and we started playing it, and then we just kind of, as you do, got bored and switched on to something else. But the VHS just kept playing, like it was like the soundtrack for the evening.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
But just it's super 90s, hey.
Yeah. Massively.
Yeah.
I still have memories. A couple of friends next door had it on, and we were kind of just played it for fun. Like, we weren't even playing; we just had it running in the background, and the character was like talking at us, and it was really weird. It was quite creepy because it's like, he knows what we're thinking or saying.
Yeah.
So at the time, it was pretty scary actually.
Deep breathing,
imagination gets away from you.
Sorry?
He used to yell out "stop" and scare everyone. I remember
Was he breathing heavy like a Ryan?
Well, nothing like
nothing like that.
I just remember being creepy, but yeah.
VHS player. I think we've got a VHS player, so we'll have to load the dust off that and play it.
Yeah, to do a show reel or something.
Yeah, we'll definitely do one for that.
I could imagine you, Dean.
Maybe we need to float a games night because Matt, you and I were talking about maybe doing it, getting together and getting a group together and playing some 80s and 90s games or something like that one afternoon.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really awesome.
Ryan will have to fly over from Western Australia to join us, or you'll have to come over virtually or something.
Yeah.
We'll zoom you in and we'll move the pieces for you.
Yeah. Well, another grail that I'm looking for, which I think Scott and Dean probably know about, is the Channel 6 news van, which is pretty hard to get these days in Australia. Have you seen that one?
I've never seen that live. No.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. But
was it a European release?
Yeah, I think it's European, or maybe it was only in the US. But yeah, the prices have just gone through the roof for this one. Yeah,
I just wonder.
You never know.
They say because everyone that was young has now got the money as a 30-plus-year-old. I wonder if 10 years from now it will be a little bit easier. But
yeah, it might slow down a bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's actually a really interesting discussion point, because I've been thinking about that lately. There's one of the sellers who does all of the toy fairs here in Sydney, and I was just having a general conversation with him, and he mentioned that he was starting to add to his, ongoing, add to his table at the booths some more modern stuff, like some later 90s stuff. For example, some like Thomas the Tank Engine bits and bobs that were starting to become in more high demand because the example he used was like the 1960s GI Joes, the larger scale GI Joes before they went to 3 3/4. Then they're worth and look, I'm not an expert, but this is just what this gentleman was telling me.
Yeah,
they're worth a fraction of what they used to be worth, and it's likely that in time, a lot of this stuff will, as people who are our age and older, move into smaller places and don't want all the collection, that there's going to be we're going to get to a stage where a lot of people are all at the same time are looking to move it on, and it's just the way things are going to go. I mean, do you guys reckon that is the case? I mean, Matt, Andrew, you guys have been collecting for a lot longer than I have. Have you seen a trend where obviously prices are going up for a lot of things, but have you seen it on the opposite where things from the 60s and 70s are becoming cheaper now or not necessarily?
I don't think so. I mean, Matt and I watched an auction the other night on Blue Harvest Toys, and they had a live auction for the Star Wars ones, and the prices was just incredible, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, incredible. Some of those, I mean, we don't really look at 60s toys, though, I guess.
Yeah.
And 70s is more Big Jim and Star Wars. But Star Wars toy prices, those vintage ones, they're definitely not going down.
So
it was just incredible. It was ticking over like a poker machine. It was, put the bids on there. It was amazing. It's all worth what somebody's prepared to pay for it, of course.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I think once, even if someone's older, so like they grew up in the 90s and they collect and that sort of thing, I think once they get the bug, they start to deviate in the other lines and the other age group, into the 80s, into the 70s.
Well, so here, okay, maybe here's another way to look at it. So if it's not a case of like people aging out of wanting big collections and therefore moving things along all at once, and all of a sudden the demand starting to be matched by the supply. Obviously, like Dean and Sarah, you guys were talking about like just these kind of like cons and the world of collecting and being into Marvel or being into being invested in movie franchises, collecting toys, whether it's vintage or modern. Obviously, that's becoming far less niche and more of like a broad consumer trend that just so many people are getting on. Maybe it stops being cool, or it stops being so broad. It stops having that same broad appeal, and people move on to different things. I mean, like I for one would welcome things being cheaper. You know what I mean? I don't look at what's behind me as like an investment piece where like I don't want values to go down. I wouldn't want it to be worth nothing tomorrow because then I'd feel like I'd spent too much money on it. But somewhere in the middle would be great. You know what I mean?
What are you laughing at that?
Shabby. Come on. look at Shabby's like comment.
I
Sold.
Shame on you.
Doing deals in the chat.
Oh dear. Sorry.
But I mean, you know, Matt and himself, we've been collecting a long time, and the prices have never really gone down, have they, Matt?
No.
They've always headed up in the one direction, and that's up.
Yeah, even now, they're still high at the moment. You're looking at some vintage stuff, and you're not paying any low prices for it. So
no.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be someone who snags a bargain.
Yeah,
and you know, they find something that's cheap, or someone's selling something that they don't know what the real value is, and they've got it cheap. But as you know, you go to those toy fairs and that, and they know the value of the toys.
That's right.
And they're going. They always just go up and up and up. I'm amazed how much. I mean, Matt was talking about that movie Real Steel, you know, with Hugh Jackman. Remember they did the action figures?
Yeah.
And Matt goes, you know, and I said, yeah, I've got one of those. And he goes, yeah, but you've seen how much it is that they go for on eBay. And what was it, Matt? And they reckon about couple $100 just for one action figure.
On card, you're looking at over $200.
Yeah.
So,
and if you can't get them in Australia, well, always add the postage on to the value, because if you can't get into Australia, then whatever it is, to say it's $200, and then it's plus postage, so it's worth that as well.
I think everybody's like more aware now of the price. Like we go to Vinnie's and people are looking on their phones at what it's selling on eBay, like. Even the Vinnies now kind of have auction pages, and they have their own eBays. So I think it's that buying market where, you know, people who are like, I've got to get rid of this TMNT collection. They're going specifically to Facebook to a page. Hey, I'm going to sell this. I kind of know that's where the money is.
Yeah, the old days of finding, you know, somebody getting rid of just all their toys at Trash and Treasure for nothing.
Or having a garage.
Highly unlikely. Does happen.
I still remember as a kid going to a Vinnie's with my mum, and there was a shoebox of vintage Star Wars figures, and it just said toys 50 cents. And I was like, I knew that was Star Wars, and Star Wars was awesome, so I was just like, done, thank you. So
Well, there's a couple of stories of guys in America paying, you know, $3 or $4 for a blue snaggletooth. I think it was in the early 2000s, mid 90s, I think it was. So, those days are probably gone.
But at the end of the day, guys, this stuff was mass produced. Like, how can
that's to chuck it out in the toy stores?
How can the demand be so little relative? How can the supply be so little relative to the demand that prices are just on the up and up forever when these things are mass produced?
Well, Star Wars, half of it would be in landfill. I mean, you know, because they like my stuff ended up in landfill when we were young. You know, the oldies. I mean, Dean's lucky his father kept it all. My father got the trailer out and took it all to the tip. Now if I'm lucky, it's probably still there, but it's probably got houses on it now. And
get your spade for Christmas.
Knock on the door. Can I dig in your?
Can I dig in your backyard? Down about 20 feet. Yeah. And,
tour.
I mean, it's just amazing. It's there's a lot of Star Wars. They made, they have to made millions and millions, hundreds of millions of them. But the simple fact is, you know, that there's a lot of collectors all around the world, and you know, it's amazing that they're actually still going around.
That's right.
What's this? I went to a church fair and got 11 of the last 17 for $2 each.
What do you mean by that, Shabby?
What year was that?
What toy line?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, last 17.
Star Wars, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's incredible.
I mean, look, we know those stories these days of just garage sales, op shop, like absolute bargains. We know they're few and far between, but we still live in hope. We still get out there and check out the op shops and wander through
diamond in the rough.
Yeah, we still hope for that and live in hope that we'll find one. So
there was an interesting point in the comments. Ed5 said about moving into possibly if we move into a recession and people need extra funds, I guess that's where you may see I guess some of these collections being sold off. Maybe picking them up for reasonable prices.
Yeah, I mean, I would tend to agree with that, but I also would have expected that now, at least with the pandemic in the rear view kind of thing, I thought there would have been a correction in the market prior to a future recession. You know what I mean? Because obviously a lot of people got into the hobby when we were all kind of stuck at home, and now with life kind of reached some point of normality, I would have thought we would have seen a bit of a correction in pricing. I haven't, just like what you guys are saying. Things can seem to only be continuing to go up, but who knows?
That's it.
Yeah, I think it depends on why. I did watch a video where someone was explaining that a lot of people got into collecting purely for the resale value, and they will be getting rid of their collections because they no longer. It's just purely to get rid of it and sell it for money. And if they're desperate for money, they will just resell it. It won't be too many of the collectors. The true collectors will get rid of collections, but it'll be those people who just got it for the resale value somewhere down the track.
Because I'm going to have it all buried with me, so the whole lot. Yeah.
I thought you bequeathed. Is that the word? Bequeathed.
Bequeath.
Bequeathed me your collection.
And have it all melted down, tipped in the TARDIS, and the whole thing buried with me.
Except the TARDIS, that's going to Shabby for $5.
Yeah.
Well, there's those guys on YouTube that just get a big fish tank full of Star Wars figures and pour acetone on the Star Wars.
I saw that. Yeah, I don't know if that was for shock value, Matt, or I remember watching that video.
Just to piss people off and get the hits.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah,
because you saw that this other guy was filming it, tried to grab a rare figure. He's like, "No, go away!" And it's like, it must have been staged,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still wouldn't even put a dent in the Star Wars vintage. Even he had about 6,000 or something in there.
Yeah. Wouldn't make a dent.
Wouldn't even made dent.
Mass produced it.
So Rudy says he got a cheapskate for $3 at Vinnie's last week. That's not bad.
That's a sweet pickup. Yeah. So they're still out there.
But it is correct. It will cost more for the flag.
Oh, it definitely will.
What did you mention? A flag or something?
But it's like
it's the flag.
The 2003 Turtle line, the Nickelodeon. Like I do see them out there, and I do pick up the 03 line just because it's 20 years next year. So when does that become like hard to find?
Well, that's right. If and they are hard to get. I mean, I've got the entire Nickelodeon collection, bar one figure, and but when does it become vintage? I mean, if they're 20 years old now, then are they vintage?
I'd say they're old enough to collect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Are they hard to get? The 2003, are they hard to get now?
Yeah. They're. I mean, you could always get them on eBay and that, but yeah, they're getting very expensive for some of them now.
Okay.
I have noticed over the years there used to be boxes of 03 turtles. Now they're being priced individually. Like people are starting to understand.
Single items. Yeah.
I mean, the reason I got the Nickelodeon ones because I didn't want to go down to the vintage path at the time and spend a lot of money buying the vintage stuff. So I went because they were hitting the shelves, and I went, "Oh, it's easier to collect because the new line's coming out and there was plenty of it and all that sort of thing." So it was just easy to collect the new line.
Yeah. Well, Street Sharks were the same. I was picking them up for $20 each. And that's where I got the bulk of mine. But now you can't find them without a $50 price tag.
Yeah.
You can get a couple of the sort of, I'd say, not really interesting figure, but they're cheap. Most of them, $50 you'll find a price tag on.
That's it. So Chevy's got a really good question here for us all. If you could only choose one toy line to collect and get rid of the others, what would you choose? It's really hard.
As guest, Dean, you go first, Dean and Sarah. Gives us time to think.
It should be easy for you, Dean.
Well, yeah, I'd say TMNT, the vintage line. But again, I love my Street Sharks as well. So it's a toss-up between what do I have the most of to what was hard to collect. Street Sharks have been very hard to collect over a 10-year plus period, but Turtle, I have so many of them. I'd have to say Turtles.
Yeah, I mean, mine's Disney.
Me too.
I'd have to keep the Disney, but if I had to keep one Disney thing
as well.
Yeah, because there's lots of different things within Disney. Yeah.
I really like collecting if I find like Disney like LP, the records. Player. I love the sound of vinyl, so I'd probably keep those. And they're easy to store; they don't take up too much space.
That's right.
Yeah,
mine's Motu. Vintage Motu. Everything else gone.
Yeah, I think although I'm getting to the Turtles, for me it'd be the real Ghostbusters because that's kind of what I grew up with and grew up playing with my friend that had it all. So yeah, for me it'd be the real Ghostbusters I'd keep.
I can't get rid of anything, so I can't answer the question.
I knew that was coming.
But there's not one line that takes precedence.
It's hard. I just love it all. It's
it's a good question, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, even with the old stuff, I mean, obviously it'd be the older stuff, but it'd be a toss up between Matt and mine's favorite Chase Space 1999 from the 70s.
Yeah.
Or do I keep the stuff that I had as a kid, and that's the Big Jim line from Mattel?
Yeah.
And it'd be down to those two lines. And if it came to a real crunch, I suppose I'd have to say the Big Jim because I had it as a kid.
Yeah.
And I know you're disappointed, Matt, but if it came down to, but lucky it won't ever come down to that decision.
That's right. Yeah. It's only hypothetical.
Yeah. But it's challenging, for me, because I love Doctor Who, love Ghostbusters, so it's like, what do you choose,
Yeah.
You choose something that because both of them I kind of grew up as a kid with both those shows, so yeah. It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. I couldn't pick. It would have to be Turtles for me. I couldn't honestly not pick Turtles. I mean, for me, it would come down to the WWF Hasbro's or the Ninja Turtle line. Both meant equally. Yeah. Both were equally important to my childhood. But in terms of as an adult collector, what wins out with the Turtles line is the diversity, the vehicles, the play sets. The Hasbro wrestling line was great, but it was figure line with just the wrestling ring. So what pushes the Turtles over the edge is all everything that came with it, the awesome play sets and vehicles and crazy accessories and all the rest. So
that's it.
Now are we going to do our challenges? Are we going to get to these?
Yeah.
Or?
I thought I might post it so it's a bit quicker, if that's okay.
Of course, mate.
Yeah. All right. So we had the first challenge was a figure starting with G.
Well, yeah. So this is where we need you chat people to help us out. What we're all going to do is flash up a figure. We've got a category. We're all going to flash it up individually. Tell you why I deserve to win all the time. And
we'll have a tally.
And the chat just votes on what's the favourite out of the 5, I guess we're going to show.
Yeah.
All righty. Off you go. Mugs away? No, it's not Mugs away. You go first.
Yeah.
G.
Which order are we doing it? Who goes first?
Do you want me to go first, or?
Yeah. You're at the top there, according to me.
I'm going to go with one of the goons from Dick Tracy.
Goon it is.
I believe you are bending the rules there, Ryan. Because that
you
is
don't have a
Mumbles.
character with G.
But lucky you're the host.
Yeah. What about you, Scott?
I'll go a double G. Granny Gross.
G.
Yeah.
Granny Gross.
Granny Gross for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. Andrew,
you're up.
Well, I grabbed
disqualified there.
Groundskeeper Willie.
There we go. Is that from that interactive line?
Yes, it's got the chip on the bottom.
Oh, they're awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I really love the Simpsons ones.
Yeah, they're cool.
Dean?
Zazel's saying
next.
I've gone for a triple G, including Ghostbusters, so that's it. Bonus points.
Sorry, Sarah's just stepped out, so I'm going to do hers.
That's cool.
Hers was a Goofy. This is a Macca's toy. I don't know if you can see how big this thing is, but
Oh, it's still in the bag, eh?
yeah. So
You get extra
part of
points for the
part of a
Goofy.
marching band. She's here. I'm probably wrecking it. Part of a marching band with a whole lot of them. So Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. We're still after Donald, so that's hers.
Oh, sweet.
Hold that one. My one is Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So,
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Is that from like when the series was like? Is that does that go back to when the series was first out or?
yeah. I wrote it down. 2000.
Sweet.
So,
I've got to know that. Mine's Skeleton Warriors Grim Skull.
Oh,
cool.
I love that figure.
I'll be honest, guys. I was trying to look around for something, and I'm like, crap. I do not really have anything starting with G, so I kind of.
But you said the letter.
Yeah.
But you chose the letter.
I know. It was a random
Yeah, it
letter.
wasn't easy, the G, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Gamorrean and Guard would have been all right. Okay, chat. Vote away,
Alright, let's
chat.
go.
Tell us which one of these figs gets your vote. Is it Goofy? Is it Giles? Is it Granny Gross?
Granny Gross.
Is it Groundskeeper Willie? Is it Grim Skull? Triple G. Triple G.
G.
Grim is great.
Gigawatt.
Gigawatt. No, well, Godzilla. Well, that was
Surprised
going
you
to
didn't come through with the Godzilla.
I was so close. I was going to pick Godzilla actually, and I just at the last moment seen Grim Skull, and I knew that would tease you, Scott.
I do love that figure.
Yeah.
I told you in confidence that was my favorite Skeleton Warriors figure. Who am I kidding? I vote for that.
Yeah.
Goofy. You did sell it well. That was good.
Yeah.
Who's
All right,
counting?
who's keeping score here?
Got another Granny Ghost. So we got one for Giles, one for Willie, one Goofy.
There's two for Goofy, yeah. Three for Goofy.
Three for Goofy. We've got Granny Ghosts. Two Granny Ghosts. Yeah. And three
Granny Gross.
Yeah. So it's head to head at the moment, I think. So if we can get one more Granny Ghost or Goofy.
Granny or Goofy?
What's Granny from, Scott? I missed it.
Oh, Granny
Sorry,
Gross is from the Kenner Real Ghostbusters line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
She's got
Oh, that's
a wicked
cool.
scare feature there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a draw between
Yeah, I
Goofy
think,
or Granny Ghost.
Sarah and I get a half point each here.
Oh, yep.
There you go.
5, 4, 3,
Three.
2, 1. It's a draw.
There you go.
Half a point for Sarah and Scott. The S's are up front. All right, what's next?
All right, so we've got a vehicle or playset.
Oh shit!
All right. Who said that? All right, here's mine. My vehicle is the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh.
Mego Dukes of Hazzard. It's got the boys, the Duke boys in there as well.
Yep.
And it's got that evil flag on top, apparently. But anyway, that's it. That's my entry, is the vehicle for a vehicle.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
All right. Who's next?
Let's go reverse order.
I'll go.
Dean and
next.
Sarah, you got, who?
Oh,
do you guys want to go next?
Do you want to
Dean
go,
and Sarah?
Dean, Sarah? Yeah.
So mine is
Yes.
Ooh.
I had that. Yeah, I used to have that, man.
Playmate.
Ooh,
Wow.
hit the
the
box.
Playmates Star Trek Enterprise, USS Enterprise D, which
Does
I
it still
forgot
work?
to-
The battery's still working it?
forgot to put them in.
Oh, that's all good.
There you go.
So yeah, there you go. That's him.
That's cool. Yeah. I like to
Well,
say
we're gonna
that's
fly away.
cool. I want to win. I should be saying that's cool. I went. I was gonna say I went OG, but I went like reproduction OG. So I went with the Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jurassic
Cool.
Park, one of my favorite movies of all time. Like Dean hears the theme music and he's like, "Not again." And I'm like, "Again." Again. So this one's from the most recent, the Jurassic World, the Legacy Collection, and it came with the T-Rex. So this was the one being pulled along with the fishing line in the video.
Good
that's so
choice,
cool.
Sarah. Good choice.
So now we have to do this one.
Yeah.
Andrew.
How about you, Andrew? What do you got?
Well, I grabbed something at arm's length, so I went with the Batwing.
Oh,
from
wow.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the,
I just reached out. I just reached out and got it.
Scrambling along.
It does have the. I've got the little trigger underneath, but I've taken it off so it sits flat on the shelf.
Yeah,
That's
that
beautiful.
looks cool.
Which line is that from, Andrew?
That's the Toy Biz one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it based off the movie or?
Yeah. It's the movie one. Yeah.
Original movie one.
Yeah. I've got the little handle and it clips on and it shoots the sorry, hold it up. The darts out. Yeah.
Scotty.
All right, Scotty.
Falling apart. All right.
Oh, you're
Lost
out.
all the pieces,
Right.
What's going on?
You're
Go
out,
for it,
Scott.
Scotty.
You're out. No, go.
I've gone for a vehicle and a playset. I've got the Mighty
Oh.
Max Terra Talons.
Show off.
Oh wow.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Oh, I'm losing bits. That's all right. I'll just hold it still. So that's me.
All right.
1993, I think. Mighty Max Terra Talons.
All right. I'm going for the turtle copter.
With punching action.
Yeah.
Ooh, just get the technical drawing. Shouldn't this one
All right.
Some stiff
Here we go.
competition here.
And the vote
Yeah,
is on.
Pretty good. It's pretty good mix, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, Andrew's
Yeah,
already got
right.
2 votes for the Batwing.
Yeah.
I just learned why Dean doesn't let me play with his toys because I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. All right. Oh, thanks, Shabby.
That
Shabby's
worked out
given the
great.
General Lee. Turtles copter.
Turtles
I've got
copter.
2. 3 for the Batwing. Enterprise, it's got 1.
David
No,
said
2 for the turtle copter. Andrew's in front.
Did I tell you
I've
it
got
has
3.
opening canopy?
I've got 3 as well. Mighty Max has just got 1. Oh, it's that Monique. You've got Monique wrapped around your little finger, Scotty.
No. Monique and Daniel voted for Goofy last time round.
Oh, 2 for the Enterprise.
Oh, Enterprise.
So there's 3 for the Enterprise now.
Oh
You
wow.
get more batteries in it.
Okay. There you go, Dean.
No.
All right, so it's a draw between the Batwing, the Duke's car, and the Enterprise.
So next vote for one of those 3 wins.
Yeah, next vote. And the General Lee Reynolds reviews, and I thank
There
you,
we go.
Luke. The winner is me.
There you go.
Thank you. I got you. Got you, Andrew. Yeah. Snag the victory.
It's all good.
I wanted to ask you guys: do any of you collect the Star Trek Playmates? Because I know a lot.
Yeah,
they don't get a lot of
Matt
shots.
does, yeah. I used to, but yeah, I kind of moved on. But yeah, I know Matt's got a big collection.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. I've got all four of the main shows. I've just got them on display with the main starship behind them. So, yeah, I love them.
You don't get much love these days.
No, they don't. They don't. Which, I mean, it's good for people who like us who like them or love them and want to get them. So they kind of get forgotten a little bit. They're easy to get on card as well for good prices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right, so we have something that shoots water. So it can be a figure or, I guess, some kind of toy.
I've only got one figure that shoots water, so I'm really hoping Dean's not picked the same one.
Ooh.
No, this was really difficult.
Yeah.
You go first.
I was trying to be challenging. I wanted to put a bit of a challenge into it. So
These were all challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go dig in the hardest for the water shooting one though.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any of those sewer spitting turtles. So
you start off.
Right.
I'll kick things off. I've gone for a street shark.
Yeah.
I've got he's incomplete. But,
cool. Yeah.
But I couldn't. I it was the decision was made. He's the only water firing figure I got. This is the Power Bite Dr. Pyranoid figure.
Yeah.
So he's pretty sweet. He's got like a wicked, kind of hinged helmet thing here that I'm missing, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I believe
I've actually got him in the box.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he's a sweet figure.
Yeah.
So by default, this was my choice. Power Bite Pyranoid.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's cool. I'll go with Dr. Killamov from Toxic Crusaders.
Oh, does he spit water?
Does he spit water?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
From where?
Yeah. Through here.
You don't want to know, Scott.
You sure?
Yeah.
Word for it.
These are Ryan's rules.
I know these are Ryan's rules.
All right.
That's drives the wrong way. That's what it does.
Can you demonstrate it, Ryan?
I don't have any water on me, but
one night when Dr. Killamov was asleep, he woke up with a puddle underneath him. Well, I got my snout spout. There you go.
Yeah,
I got to get snout spout out. Vintage, of course. That's mine.
You can go.
I can go. So I put my hand up and say I rated Dean's collection for this one because not too many toys shoot water. So I went with 1992 Lifeguard Leo.
Oh, nice.
So he's got. I reckon I said to Dean, you put vodka in his little flask thing and sneakers.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
No, that's where the water goes, and he shoots out. So I thought he was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, water's hard. I did say any toy's a water toy if you give it to your kid and they put it in the bath. So
yeah, true. That's cool.
So mine, yes, Scott, you had the right brand, but he's a little jab.
Oh, awesome.
All right. So he's from was it Taco Bell?
Oh, sweet.
So I don't know if we got him out here, but I got him from the States a few years ago.
Oh,
so,
he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a little water dude. Yeah.
Wicked.
And Andrew.
Okay, Swamp Thing, Bayou Jack.
Bayou Jack, choice, man, choice.
So he's got his little backpack on there. You fill it up and you.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
All right, chat.
That's a good mixture as well.
Which one is it, chat?
Who would win a water fight between these figures?
Not Dr. Killamov.
No, I don't think so.
You just throw me under the bus, aren't you?
Maybe Killamov does shoot water. I I don't know. Like, I'm certainly no expert.
There you go. Oh, I got a. There's one for Leonardo.
Couple for Snout Spout.
2, 3 for Snout Spout.
Oh.
I must be on a delay.
I don't know.
Yeah, everyone's gone Snout Spout.
Snout.
Yeah.
Leonardo's one for Leonardo. Far out. There's like 5 or 6 for Snout Spout.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
4.
4.
Leo.
Matt's run away with this one.
Snout Spout. I think Snout Spout's gone. Yep. You've won, Matt.
Spout.
Spout.
And it rhymes. If it was is an S and shooting water, SR.
Oh, now we're talking.
What a gorgeous figure. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, I did actually have this one, which was from Captain Planet. So he had like a water.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were going to pick.
I was going to grab that, and then I was like, Kill 'Em Off looks cool, but then, yeah. So, yeah, I probably should have gone that one.
I do like that Captain Planet figure, though.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah.
He's awesome.
Hey, Ryan, you need your missus in here to at least vote for you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where she's tonight. But, yeah.
All right, last round.
All right, so last round is a figure with like a gimmick or a feature.
Wasn't it glow in the dark, or we dropped that? Did we?
No, we've already done that.
We did that last time.
We
So we kind of thought
something with the feature.
Get with the program, dude. You see, we don't give Andrew the information because we know he's going to kick our asses. So don't give him the information.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
All right, I'll go up first. So I've got Frankenstein from Ghostbusters, part of the Universal Monsters, and that's his
fright features.
That's his fright feature. So you squeeze his legs.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
That's a good entry.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Finally got one right. There you go.
If we're talking play features, Kenner is probably going to be, most of these.
Well, it's either that or Mummy's Alive, I was thinking. But, yeah, I like this because, it's cool.
I'll go next. I went for another Kenner figure. I've got the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
So, like so many Kenner figures, you squeeze the leg, and this dude plays his sweet skull guitar.
And his head moves.
And it's supposed to. He's just rocking out.
You need music, Scott. We'll go to Sarah and Dean before Andrew, because I think Andrew's still trying to find one.
No, I got one.
I got one. Go.
Okay. What was it? I can't. Yeah, you got me. Now go to Sarah and Dean. I think what the name is.
Okay, Sarah and Dean.
All right, so mine's a 1998 Small Soldiers.
Oh, okay.
So he pops his whole head around a.
Oh wow!
Oh sweet!
So
wow! I've never seen that one before.
Yeah.
What's his name, Dean?
Rick Bazooka.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The movie.
They're a toy line that's getting hard to get as well these days.
Yeah, very hard. So he was actually a Collecticon pickup, and I said, "How much for that?" And she said, "Oh, big ones are $5." So I said, "Done."
Sold.
Do you collect that line, or did you
just take my money?
I do. I love that movie. So Archer and Chip were my first, and I got two of the other. I forgot their names now. On the spot again. Yeah, some of them are really hard to get. It's like 80. I was looking at one the other day. He went for about 130. So.
Yeah, I only saw the movie for the first time maybe like 3 months ago.
Wow,
it's really good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Picture that in 1998.
I know.
It was pretty groundbreaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Yeah.
I broke the rules, and Dean said they're not toys, and I'm like, so that I get to show them my toys. But they've got a feature, so I chose. So these are from my collection. Hopefully you can see them. So they're 1970s Disney book and records, and
cool. Okay.
because you listen to the record and it does like the tinkle noise when you turn the page. And like Davy Crockett is from 1971 and he's in cool condition. So I
used to have one of those. I think I used to have that Rescuers one, Sarah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's
That's incredible.
1977. This one is, and they've all got the record in them still. So
cool.
Thought I'd show them. And like it's a toy kind of.
Sarah, if Ryan can break the rules and this is his game, you're more than welcome.
You're the guest.
Well, I think the feature is you listen to it, so that's cool.
That's true. Yeah, none of your things.
That's actually my favorite Disney movie of all time.
Really?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the live action one to wreck it for me. But yeah.
All right, Andrew.
Oh, okay, I went with the 90s as well. Independence Day.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And the feature is he's, as you know, in the film, his head splits open, and inside is the little alien, which but I couldn't get him back inside. Your little bugger won't go back in there. That's your home. Get in there. So he fits in there.
That's so cool.
Can I ask Andrew? Is that a recent pickup?
No, I got it when the film came out.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow.
I've got all the humans, but been after that one. Can't find him anyway.
I mean, the other week I found one at Vinny's.
Oh,
and that was this coloured one.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
But his mate is gone. I don't know where he is. So, but that was all right, and it hasn't got the arms on the back, of course. So,
yeah.
Well, when it comes to Vinny's, you'll take what you can get when it comes to vintage toys, eh?
You just grab it, and rescue it. Yeah.
All right. Mine's Kenner as well, and it's the Shadow, and so you squeeze his legs, and he does this.
Wow,
that's awesome.
That's cool.
Evil laugh. The Shadow. There you go. All right. Chat. Vote away.
There's a bit of a theme here with the squeeze legs, eh?
That's it.
So we got Frankenstein, Bill and Ted.
There you go. There's one for Independence Day.
Let's go Grim Reaper.
Yeah, there you go. There's a Grim Reaper. There's a Frankenstein. There's the Shadow. Toy Soldier.
That's loving this.
Another Bill and Ted. Another Shadow.
That's amazing. It still works, Matt. That's like
I know, because I put fresh batteries in it. Oh, dear.
Sarah got a couple of votes.
Sarah got one. I got another one. Another one for the Grim Reaper. That's 3 for the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
I think it's 3 for me as well. Oh, another Grim Reaper. Oh no, that's the same one. 2 for Sarah. Good on you, Darth Muzzer. He remembers those books too. All right. Slowing down. Actually, Sarah's got 3. Yep, Sarah's got 3. Grim Reaper's got 3. I've got 3. And Sarah's taken it. Lauren Taylor says the books.
There you go.
Oh, and then there's a late one for you, Ryan.
Thanks.
2 for Frankenstein from Luke.
Thanks for the reviews.
Yeah, they were those records. My mum used to get those for me.
So
that's a find.
Yeah,
I only thought of those the other day.
The cassette ones as well, like the book with the cassette, and you have to turn the cassette over halfway through the book.
No, that's excellent. Thanks for that, Mr.
I can't get that laugh out of my head now, Matt.
You want it one more time?
Oh, sure. That's a really cool. It's a
good film, Matt. The Shadow. It's a really good film.
It wasn't too bad. The Shadow, was it?
Yeah, with Alec Baldwin.
Before he started shooting people.
Shooting directors, yeah.
Oh well. Thank you for that. That was good.
Yeah.
Nice work, Ryan.
Thank you.
That was good.
It's always good to mix it up a bit and get something different,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, Dean and Sarah, did you see? Like, I got conned on Facebook not so long ago, and there was this Stargate, and it was the actual Stargate, and it had electronics in it. So you had like a dial pad, and you press the symbols, and it actually spun. The Stargate spun and clicked into the symbols, and then there was whatever. It was like a battery operated, where the Stargate, the window opened.
Yeah.
Anyway, this thing, and it had like the stairs leading up to the Stargate. Anyway, it looked amazing, and and I thought, I think it was like $50, and I went, oh, this is brilliant. I'm going to get that. And then so I put my money down on it, and I got it, and it was nothing like the actual ad. Like it didn't come with the little dial thing, and it had, I'm gonna, next time I see you, like if you're gonna go to Collecticon, I'll bring it, and if you want it, you can have it. It would be pretty cool with the figures. Like it's kind of close to 5-inch figures, but I'll show it to you, and if you want it, it's yours. But
we'll be at Campbelltown.
And just making him hungry. Yeah, we forgot to get our crisps and chips. I should have grabbed my bag from David.
So all you boys going to be there, minus Ryan, for this? For
Campbelltown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming up quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, a few weeks. Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I got my ticket.
No, I got to work, unfortunately.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Second job pays for all this crap.
That's it.
No, but thanks.
And then you guys are going to Melbourne soon, aren't you? In October.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm kind of hoping I don't see that much stuff that I like at Campbelltown, because ideally I'm trying to save money for Melbourne at the minute, but I can't stay away from Collecticon Campbelltown altogether. So
yeah, that's right. Andrew's just leaving me alone because I've done it to him early in the year, so he's going to send me alone. I'll just wander around like a lost child.
I'll be there with you.
Oh, that's true.
Dean wants to leave you.
Yeah, I don't want to. We're not going to be there with Dean, are we? Dean's just going to run off on us and
look for the Holy Grail turtle figure.
4 more. I remember we were lined up there in the last one, and he was going, I've got 4 more to get. And so at the end of the day, he said, I've still got 4 more to go. And obviously he didn't have any luck then getting turtles. But he's still pulling figures out.
Yeah. I like Scott's question of what lines do you collect. I kind of want to say, what lines doesn't Dean collect? Like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I do try to stick to my lines. Like, I like the Batman Forever, and just got into the Terminator 2 line.
Yeah.
So I remember I was showing you, Scott.
Yeah.
There was a T1000, and you said, I think he's missing an arm. And I went, no, I don't think so. Yeah, he is.
And we want to finish Robin Hood. That's one we want to finish.
Yeah.
Get that one.
We get at least one from each line at each con. So slowly progressing there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Finished the Land Before Time dinosaurs.
Oh, you got the Petrie, yep.
Got him, so that finished that up. So, you get there eventually, I guess.
And then we'll just find another one to start.
I mean, me personally, I think it's the most fun way to collect is to have diversity in your collection. Like, obviously, you have the lines that you focus on that are most important to you, but if I just collected one line, you'd routinely go to toy fairs and not find anything. You know what I mean? Not pick anything up. So,
yeah, 100%.
Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
Yeah.
So, is that Lord of the Rings up the top shelf there you got there, Dean?
No.
They're Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones, are they? Okay.
They're Dark Horse ones. Again, stopped at about 5 or 6 left.
That's what you do because you got something to chase around. Then don't buy the whole collection up.
Yeah,
you got to throw a few back to keep the sport going.
That's them. So that was the last one I picked up.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So yeah, they're pretty big.
Who makes those, Dean?
Dark Horse.
Oh, okay.
Dark Horse Deluxe.
Dark Horse.
Yeah,
they do comics.
Dark Horse Comics.
Wow.
So, again, they just disappeared. And I remember talking to some other collectors, and I was like, "Where's your Game of Thrones figures?" And they said, "No one buys them." So, another one. Game of Thrones time was the same time as The Walking Dead. So, I love The Walking Dead. Got into that really hard. Bought the first wave, and then I ended up getting rid of them for some reason. I don't know why. And now they're the expensive ones. So
yeah.
With the rest, now I'm stuck. Still got 3 of them from the first wave to get. So for the price, that's not going to happen for a while. Yeah, but I buy what I like to watch and what I watch.
Yeah.
So
I guess you go through different phases and go, "Oh, that looks cool," or "I'll start collecting that," and then you move on to something else. Yeah.
Especially because I collect video games as well. So I'll have a big video game phase for a couple of months, then Collecticon will come along, and I'll get back into figures. So it's just a constant wave.
Yes, he does buy everything in Australia.
Yeah. At least we try to get everything in Australia.
Yeah. I just can't press the buy button with the shipping. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah.
Captain Janeway for Voyager was the only one that I bought from the US, and that was it was nearly a 3-month wait. So it was just no way of getting her in Australia. Never seen her at a con. Never see her on eBay. So just had to pull the trigger for that one.
Yeah, I haven't bought anything off in America for it'd have to be a few years now. Mm-hmm. Since they changed the postage scale, it was, when they're charging $50 to send an action figure.
Yeah, but sometimes the pricing is so much cheaper overseas that you can justify it. Like for me, I would never do it for one figure, but if there's like a lot, I've done it a few times. Like those Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure figures were the last figures that I bought from overseas. Just because there was like a lot of 4 or 5 figures plus all the card backs and some other accessories and stuff. And for starters, you just don't see them ever here in Australia. And like they were like, I don't know, it was less than $200 for that collection, including the overseas postage. So I don't do it all the time, but if there's something that's way cheaper overseas than it is here, and it's a collection, so that $50 postage, you can kind of split it across a bunch of figures. Like I can justify it then, but on a single figure, no way.
Yeah.
Not happening for me. I see Luke asking, like, does Dean, Sarah, myself have a channel? If this this is the point where if I knew what I was doing, I would put some links in the chat, but I don't know how to do that.
That's why I'm looking down. I'm trying to just put the links to your channel there, Scott. So I don't know if people are seeing that, and I've just put Sarah and Dean's Instagram.
They got an Instagram account. Yeah.
So Sarah and Dean don't have YouTube yet. We're trying to twist their arm into maybe doing that and showing their faces regularly on
get
YouTube.
into it.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
It's just something fun. Andrew and I always discuss. It's like an extension of your toy collection. Scott and Ryan have said the same thing. So it's just something you have fun with. Don't take
it's a journey. You get to see it grow and different things.
Yeah.
Can I show a few pickups I've picked up this week?
No.
You certainly can. Ignore Matt.
Okay.
I'm not picking up anything at the moment, so I want to see them.
Oh, okay. Well, first one is the Bat bike from the classic TV series, Batman and Robin, and it's got the little sled that comes out and everything.
Oh,
that's
sweet.
for the that's for the 6-inch figures.
So is that, Andrew, is that for this? Does that go the same line that you've got set up in your office, not in the collection
Yeah,
room?
so I'll put that'll go in the office there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
So and because it came with audio comment, but they did a villain's lair.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'll turn it around the other way. So you see there.
Oh wow!
So I've got the back cave. So I'll put the villain's lair underneath and have the villains down underneath, so I can fit the bat cycle in the back cave.
Can I ask Andrew where you got that? I know my dad's watching now, and he'll be like, "Where did you get that from?"
Zing's got them, so I imagine they'll be online.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they're pretty good.
They're made by McFarlane, aren't they?
Yes, these ones are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not bad. Not bad. I mean, we grew up watching the original TV series, and the only things we'd be missing now if we were after those little tiny TVs, that actually play the series on the little TV that's in scale. We've seen over in America, but never come out here for some reason.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I think I saw at least some of the items from that line, and maybe that little TV you're referring to on Shabby's channel.
Did he? Shabby had one, did he?
If he's still in the chat, he can let us know. But I saw Shabby unbox a few things from that 66 line, and I thought I saw a little TV.
Huh?
Yeah, it just sort of compliment it, and
it's in the back cave. There you go.
Yeah,
awesome.
Have I saw that on your channel? It's that little TV is so sweet.
Yeah, they do a few different types, and they got a little remote, and they actually play snippets of the series. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
and but it's in scale to that 6-inch. Pardon?
Dean, I think Alfie's new and vintage toys in Sydney in the city has some of that Batman 66 line as well. Last time we were there, I saw some of those items there.
Oh, Muzz is saying that he saw some of those TVs in JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
Really?
I can't remember seeing them in there.
Bloody
JB.
I'll have a look. Oh, it's taking over the world, mate.
Well, Dean, I've got your next toy line when you run out of things, and I found this on eBay, and it's Mantech. You need one of these, man. Mantech from Remco. So it's modular. So you talk about Masters of the Universe origins, but all these arms, his head comes off, and his arms and his legs, and
almost like a Centurion.
Yeah. Well, the Centurion. Yeah. And just if you go watch Toy, I don't know if you watch Toy Galaxy with Dan Larson. Yeah, he's done a good video, bit funny on Mantech. But these are on eBay on Australia. There was 4 of them for $45. So talk about deals.
Wow.
They weren't complete by any means, but they weren't really broken either. So I snaffled them up really quickly. Mantech.
So what was that? Yeah. Just a bigger line? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's just I'd never I had heard of it, but so it's called Mantech, Mantech. And from Remco in, I think it was 84, I think they released these. So there was, I think, 6 figures, like 3 goodies, 3 baddies, 2 vehicles, and a play set. So,
wow.
But obviously not a very popular line. Not too many people would have had them, I'd say, as kids. So a little bit hard to find. But yeah, they've got all these holes in them, and you can stick guns and things to them, and all their legs and arms and heads and come off. And
so you can got all these mix match them and stuff.
Yeah, I've got all these bags of pieces. They're all the Mantechs. I've pulled all the Mantechs apart. I just thought I'd put one together to show you. It's a very odd line.
So my friend Dave in Perth, he's got a question. Do you know where to buy TMT protective for the card backs in Australia? So like protectors that go over the carded figures.
Oh, the star cases.
Yeah.
Like for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I haven't seen anything bigger than really than Star Wars ones.
Mm.
Have you, Matt?
No. They're few and far between. Even in Collecticon, they didn't have any.
No, yeah.
No.
I mean, those star cases, they don't make them anymore. And
no.
there was a guy at the show who had some for the Star Wars line, but they're all warped. They all look like they'd been heat affected,
damaged. Yeah.
Yes, and you wanted $5 each for them. And I go, well, they're all warped. I mean, they're not really even worth that.
Yeah.
And, but I haven't seen
acrylic ones.
Oh, yeah, the Perspex cases.
They want a fortune. Yeah, I see acrylic ones to put turtles and figures in, but they
cost
want
quite a bit.
Fortune. They're like almost $50 for one. It's just
Well, my local comic book shop, Chris at Collector Zone, I bought in a figure on Friday for him to test on in the acrylic case. But it was a couple of mil out because it was custom made specifically for the Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
So yeah. But how about you, Dean? Do you have any ones that you use? Not really.
Nah, I don't have any of mine.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Yeah, he was just saying that you can get them, but they're not cheap. Obviously, in America, it's more expensive.
I reckon it would be worth just for those displays, for those cases. I don't really collect enough carded stuff to have protective cases and stuff. But you know on Greeny's Toys Facebook group how he's got that sponsor BF's Displays and Accessories.
Yes.
They're doing a lot of different protective cases, like Perspex protective cases for all different vintage lines. I think that would be maybe a good place to have a look. BF's.
We could hit up Granny's.
BF's Displays and Accessories on Facebook. He's got his own Facebook group as well, the guy behind that. So that might be a place to look here in Australia.
If you're only boxing like TMT ones that like, I don't know if there's a top 10 or 17 that you wouldn't take off card or something like that, it might be all right to do it. But if you were carding trying to box every one, every sort of one, that'd be really expensive then.
Yeah, because I know Dave's got quite a few carded ones that he's wanting to kind of display, and does get a bit more get expensive, but yeah,
for sure.
Mm.
And obviously with their anti-plastic packaging and all that now, we'll never see a commercial protective case come out from, say, Hasbro or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make all the sense in the world, though, wouldn't it?
Well, I heard once years ago when they did the Phantom Menace, they made protective cases, and they made the mold and all that and pumped them out, but no one actually checked to see if it fit the card, and they had to scrap them all because they didn't actually fit the card. So there was a production photo of them, and with they'll selling 10 at a time with a bandage around it, whatever, and they had the Star Wars thing on it. Yeah, never came out, and that was the rumor that they'd actually stuffed up in manufacturing, and then never produced them.
There you go.
There you go.
Sci-fi. Okay.
All Goodies Toys for cases to check them out. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, especially with those Star Wars vintage line, like the new ones. I mean, you're paying $30 a pop for them.
Yeah.
And the cards are so thin; they're not like the old ones where they were nice and thick. And you can have them out, and the moisture wouldn't really affect them. But now you see them, and they're bent they're warped on the shelves.
That's right. Because it's cardboard.
Yeah, the cardboard is just and so some of the toys, like the Jurassic Park dinosaurs, they're those boxes, they're open boxes, but the boxes themselves, the cardboard's no good to really store. They warp, they soak up the moisture in the air. So that's why all the dinosaurs, they just have them loose. You wouldn't keep the packaging for them. But it's a shame because I've got a lot of Star Wars ones here carded, and you get them out years later, and they got the warp in them because it's just from the moisture in the air. They're soaked up.
That's right.
Well, guys, we're pretty much on the 2 hour mark.
So we should wind it up. Yeah.
Time flies when you're.
It's quite a good night actually. Quite a bit of discussion going.
Oh, Matt, before you go, I found a clawful.
Oh, you found a clawful.
Yeah.
That's awful. Yeah. No, that's good, man.
So there's a few of these coming out in Australia now. So so I was just lucky to find one on the shelf. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any in Big W.
Yeah, made my day. I go, I'm a bit behind Motu, as you know, because I didn't want to go. I've got the vintage Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, and they're and they're two figures, but I never wanted to sort of go down in the vintage line on them with the Motu, and then I heard they were bringing out the new ones, and I went, oh, that'll be easy to collect, because they'll pump out. It's bloody harder than getting the.
Oh, they're really
harder than getting vintage stuff.
Yeah. You're getting the vintage stuff, yeah. So
contacts in other states.
Yeah, but as I said, it was up with Matt's the other weekend, and we found a few things. So we found Anthony Turnier one, the Black He-Man,
nice.
and Sunman.
I was going to say,
will you keep them sealed, Andrew?
Pardon?
Will you keep them sealed?
No, I'll bust them open. Yeah.
I think we're going to send him. We're going to send him to Shabby and get his daughter to rip them open. Get toy expert Lucy just to rip them open.
Yeah, and this dude
Mantena.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
And a Castle Grayskull, a new one. So
he finally got it.
I finally got
it on the way.
That's awesome.
So what's hard to find, Andrew? I picked up a Skeletor last week. That was the first one from the Origins.
I think. Well, what wave's this, Matt? These are like the 5th wave or something like that, isn't it?
They're about the.
That's the thing.
I can't remember where Clawful was. They've just some of them. I think it's Series 8. Like they got Pighead and Skeletor and He-Man and Mantena's from Series 8.
Yeah. So we've missed so many waves. That's the thing. We're getting these odd waves and things like that, and we'd find them. I found that one at Toymate.
Toymate,
yeah. Toymate had that one, and at Big W we got the Toymate, and that we found one the Mantena at Big W.
Yeah, I've got a local Toymate. I should check them out because Big W they don't really have much here.
Yeah, you sort of just got to be like Johnny on the spot though, and
just hope
be there when they sort of hit the shelf. Thursday seems to be the day that they put the new toys out.
Yeah.
Thursday seems to be when you find all the new stuff. So, hopefully we'll get more of it come through. I don't know why we don't. I mean, the gate flies off the shelf.
You can't just buy them off Big W website.
No, as we found out, most of those things they just say picked at random.
Oh yeah.
So you end up with 100 Skeletors,
and 50 Battle Cats.
Yeah. It's
just you can get a Battle Cat, but you can't get like a Sunman or any of the other figures.
I mean, Matt and myself, we watch Greg Cook, who goes around doing the toy tours in all the Walmarts and that all the time. And you see this Motu stuff and it's going for $5, $10 and, and clearance and we're just crying because we just can't get it.
Yeah,
and it's I just don't know why. I mean, it'll sell straight away here in Australia, especially the vehicles.
Yeah, that's it.
But, you've done well then, Andrew, to get all those.
Yeah, actually to find those ones, yeah. So, I mean, I was not going to do it. I said to Matt, I'm not going to bother with them because we're not getting them. Yeah. And then they started to turn up, and I went, okay.
Got to know
people. Toys holding them? Like,
Pardon?
Do you reckon Alfie's Toys would have them? You can just grab them from him, or nah?
No,
he'd have to order them himself, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So
you got to know Ed 5. Got it. he keeps finding them for me.
Did you just order each way? Did you just order each way from like Pop Culture in Melbourne?
Yeah,
you could go Pop Culture or.
But what do they want? But they probably want like
$35 each.
Yeah,
they up the price of it.
That's for the basics, and then deluxe is a little bit more.
See, sometimes I like to hold out. We see it on the YouTube on people in America and that, and they get them, and we just live in hope, and we hold out that they're going to turn up down under, and sometimes we have to wait 6 months, don't we, Matt? Or a year?
You see Mike's comment. Andrew now has the biggest Motu Origins collection in Australia. Because you found 5 figures.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's like, it's harder to find new toys than the vintage ones. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, in a way, it's good because then you don't have to fork out a lot of money straight up. You can spread it out over a period of time. But it's just annoying when we watch a lot of YouTube and when you're seeing they're picking them up for near nothing, that's really annoying. Right. I mean, like those the Justice League ones, the McFarlane Superpowers line that they've just released, and you see at Walmart there, they've got huge stands of them, and we who knows if we'll even see them.
That's right.
Yeah, Alfie's have got 2, Andrew.
They got 2.
They got Superman and Batman if you want them.
Yeah, well,
I've just let the secret out now. Dean is on the phone.
Yeah.
By them.
I'm up.
Now, the worst thing with buying new toys is you do that. You go to say a collector's shop or something. Yeah, you got to pay a premium and you get it.
Yeah.
And then a month later you see them at in the bulk store and they're cheaper and it's just that sort of annoys you. Really gets you. Damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right, I think we better wind this up.
I think we should wrap that up. Yeah, you guys. It's 9:30.
Although America, they're only just waking up.
Yeah.
Sarah won't be back. The little fella's woken up. So
yeah,
that's fair enough.
No, that's all right, mate.
He held out pretty long.
Yeah.
Mate, we appreciate you guys giving us a good couple of hours of your time. It's been awesome hanging out.
It's been heaps fun.
For sure.
Awesome.
Glad you enjoyed it. It's great having you on. It was great to finally meet you at CollectorCon, and I went behind the boys' backs and said that it'd be good to be on the channel, but I knew that seeing your Instagram stuff, and I know that you got collection that just covers everything that we all like, so I knew it would be I knew the guys would be pretty good with it.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, man. Have you on the show,
Yeah, well, thank you. No, it has been a blast tonight. It's been fun. Like I said, the questions Ryan put out, they were difficult. Running around the toy
I'll try
room.
and make it easier next time. Sorry. Yeah.
But no, it's been a fun night. It's been a blast, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Obviously, we'll catch up again in a couple of weeks.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, should we sign off for next time? Yeah.
I think we shall.
Should I take the TARDIS or?
Yeah. You go
we'll,
TARDIS,
we'll see you later, Andrew. Hop in your TARDIS, buddy, and we'll catch you around.
Thanks to everyone in the chat.
All right.
Thank you everyone in the chat. It's
coming out and
a lot more enjoyable.
Staying with us and checking it out.
Yeah, it's been great, guys. So thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in, whether you've hung out all evening with us or just dropped in. Thank you very much.
Broken down.
Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you dropping in and spending a few hours with us.
That's it.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
See you in a few weeks, guys and ladies.
Catch you later.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.